Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to In the Pocket with Suzii. This is a tiny little space on the internet where you could come in for some support. This is also a space where you dig a little bit deeper in who you are so that you can show up in a better place out in the world. Happy New Year! I know it's been a long time since I uploaded over here. Life has been happening and I've been living it. And if you are like me, when you're out of emotion for something, coming back into it is usually another wave of resistance, and you have to push yourself back through that space. And that is exactly what happened over here in this channel. But the beautiful thing is that when we are aligning with who we are in the core, when we do come back to it, the easiness of it is just like we never left. It's just that we have to let go of the story that's in our head. We have to let go of this judgment in our head that it's been too long, that it is people forgotten about you. Whatever it is, it's okay that they exist. We just have to choose that isn't the important thing, that the intent of something, the intent of what you are trying to do is more important than all the reasoning and all the excuses why it wouldn't work and why it is not worth it. And I think that is what I want to share here with you. When we fall out of the rhythm or things that we feel like it took us so long to do. In my case, for this channel, it took me years and years and years and years to actually hit record. And even then, it was super, super basic, and it's still super basic. And it took me a long time to have that willingness to just turn on the computer and just talk, and just having something that I want to share within and allow that to come through. That's not easy, but that is sort of the necessary step to get in and discover and get into this better or improved way of storytelling, and improved way of actually finding out what you want to share. Get into a place where you are willing to go through the troubles, willing to do the extra work in learning about the camera, setting up the camera, and having all the other parts of you. And for me specifically, it's about art, it's about creativity. But I am not there yet, meaning that I am not at a place where I feel that I can really show up doing art demonstrations. And I'm still just at a place where I can turn on the camera, go to photo booth, and just hit record. Is that basic? Yes. Is that okay? Definitely. So I wanted to use my example as a permission for you to do the same. Whatever it is that you want to do, it may not seem like a big deal to other people, but if it feels like a huge thing for you, fine, own that. But it doesn't mean that you can't take one tiny step toward that goal, toward that dream, toward whatever your next iteration is. I don't know how long it will take for me to reach to my next iteration of doing better videos. I don't. But I'm choosing not to allow that to stop me permanently. It might It definitely did, right? With the holidays and the new year, it took like a month or something for me to come back here, but I am back. And that is the rhythm of life and situations and things that we go through, dealing with this human brain and dealing with people and situations in our lives. We're always going to get tested in how much and how willing we are able, how willing you are to keep showing up for you, keep showing up for your original intent, keep digging into that original dream. We already know this. There's no right or wrong path. There's no one particular way. There's just your way. And there's just your choice of showing up again and again and again and again and again. There's that repetition. Repetition probably is one of my least favorite words in a way, but I also know that it is one of the most powerful ways, is one of the overlooked secrets of success, of self-discovery, of confidence, of authenticity, of freedom. None of them is sort of just comes to us on a silver platter. It's through repetition of honoring that self-discovery that you continue to self-discover more things about who we are. It is in the repetition of digging into the confidence and what that feels like and showing up in that space of owning who you are and knowing that that is enough. And that comes through in repetition. It is in a repetition of listening and hearing in our authenticity of that inner voice that allows us to really be bigger and bolder and more expansive in our own authenticity. It is in the repetition that we stretch out of all ways that we can actually feel the liberation, the freedom of being who we are. It is through that repetition of all those things that allows the world to reflect back to us about the power of our own self-discovery, the power of our confidence, the power of our authenticity, and the power of that personal freedom. So that was a big runaround, a necessary one in the way my brain works, to affirm for me that it is okay, it is beyond okay for me to continue to show up in this way in front of you, as basic as it is. Certainly, you are not here to learn a new skill. Well, meaning that you have plenty of places to get your attention if that's what you're looking for you to get distracted. This particular space is borrowing my words, borrowing my story to get into yours, to remind you, to echo that inner voice that you are worthy enough to continue to discover, to listen within, to come back to who you are. Okay, that was me. First video of the year. Rip that Band-Aid off. I'll see you back in the next one. My name again, Suzii, S-U-Z-I-I, 2 eyes, because I believe the I in me sees the I in you. Bye.